The State of the Union is a consequential date for any president any year. For President Joe Biden, it's particularly important because it's a re-election year. There is an expectation the president will need to prove his vitality in the wake of a special counsel report that questioned his fitness for office. A year ago, he delivered a triumphant State of the Union speech. Even Republicans acknowledged he got the best of them that night.
The president was trying to goat the members. We need to be smart. Don't take the bait.
So I think there will be a lot of eyes watching simply on how President Biden performs. But his mission is much bigger than simply delivering a good speech. He is going to push once more for Republicans there to fund Ukraine. More talk about the southern border, pointing blame at Republicans for not following through on the bipartisan Senate bill. And certainly there'll be just a contrast with the dysfunction from the Republicans in Congress, particularly the Republicans in the House. The audience sitting right in front of them there in the lower chamber, which of course, since the last State of the Union ousted Speaker Kevin McCarthy, has installed Mike Johnson, has failed to pass spending bills. But beyond Ukraine, beyond the border, beyond the need to stand with Israel, but also calling for humanitarian relief to those trapped in Gaza, we should expect to hear from the president a series of other proposals and warnings. We'll hear from him about the recent Alabama IVF decision, suggesting this is a direct consequence of the Supreme Court's ruling to overturn Roe v. Wade, pointing the finger at Republicans for the consequences thereof. And nearly any president in a re-election year talks about the economy. And I think he'll point to a lot of economic signals that say the economy is doing pretty well and Americans are starting to feel better about it. But I think we'll hear from the president in understanding that not everyone does feel like things have improved. He's also going to try to make the case why he deserves a second term. And we're going to see whether it's explicit or implicit, an effort to really draw contrasts with his likely general election foe, Donald Trump. Trump has a stranglehold on the GOP nomination for president. We're likely looking at a rematch of the 2020 race this November. Look for Biden to really use this moment to make his speech about Trump to at least a degree, as this is a State of the Union, which is normally about governing, but in an election year, it's also about politics.